To see the fully uncut version of this video, head over to patreon.com/Jonjo Lyons.
What's that like to live deliciously? Chaos reigns.
Please don't scream.
Nah, Sid! Don't you blame the movies! Movies don't create psychos! Movies make psychos more creative!
What's happening? My name is Jonjo Lyons, and today I'm here to present to you my review for Johnny Sunshine, Maximum Violence. Written by Sean Michael Argo, who also wrote Jeepers Creepers Reborn, but let's not be too judgmental. And directed by Matt Yeager, Johnny Sunshine stars... The Sprawl, a seedy underworld of exploitation, violence and zombies. In this maze of alleyways and speakeasies, life is cheap, drugs are cheaper, and surviving to a ripe old age is an urban myth. At the centre of it all is Johnny Sunshine, a star and killer for hire. How's it going, my favourite people to ever grace this toilet of a planet we call home? It's time for something new. Not really original, as it's just a whole bunch of things we've seen before smashed together, but in a way that I can't decide if I like or not. This movie has everything you could ever ask for. Discount Kate Beckinsale from Underworld, zombies, gore, and of course, tits. Or as they're scientifically known, breasticles. Jonjo wants bitty. It's also kind of a serious film noir when it's not trying to be Blade, with some funny dialogue made even funnier by the serious facial expressions it's delivered with. The film also has a style that makes me think the story was originally envisioned as a comic book, and also reminds me of a film I reviewed years ago, Visions of Depravity. It might not be for everyone, but it's certainly an experience I will never forget. For better or worse. Shouts to Patrick on the Discord for recommending this one. You never disappoint me. But before we get into all of that, I just want to remind you, you can see this video completely uncut and early at patreon.com/Jonjo Lyons for as little as $3 a month. What? $3? With that, you gain access to the uncut videos, the Discord, and all the Patreon exclusive stuff that can't be on YouTube anymore. And as fans of the channel know, my short film Better Anything is currently going to film festivals all over the world. That release date on the YouTube channel was getting closer and closer every single day. I am so excited for you to see this film. Note it down in your diaries, March 28th, 2026. Also, I wanted to mention my wife, Cassidy Lyons, and her YouTube channel. Right now, she's just doing shorts about horror shorts. Some feature-length films, but mostly horror shorts. We're trying to get her up to 1,000 subscribers as quick as we can, and she just passed 300, so congrats. I'll leave a link in the pinned comment and description below. Go give her a sub. Also, seeing as today, the day we're recording, is my birthday, 7th of January, do me a favor and hype the video. This is a new-ish thing YouTube's doing. If you go on your phone app and then look where the likes are and stuff, slide it along, you'll see a hype button and you can give a video hype, and I guess that'll help YouTube push the video, maybe. But seeing as YouTube has decided to stop recommending my videos, I really would appreciate any help that you could provide. They think I'm just gonna give up, like I'm just gonna be one of those channels that's like, oh, we're not growing as much anymore, so I guess we're just gonna bail. That. I really can't do any other normal job, so you're stuck with me. But anyway, I'm in the mood to think about my wife and Johnny Sunshine kissing. So let's not waste any more time. Get ready to see someone use a crowbar really incorrectly. This is Johnny Sunshine Maximum Violence. The movie begins with a headline about a chemical explosion spreading a bizarre infection. We then see these random images and lots of internet articles about the spread before getting confirmation we're getting zombies in this movie. Cut to this bald fella who the movie helpfully tells me is Officer Stein. We also get this image. It's a metaphor. We see surviving cities are walling themselves in and closing the doors to refugees while offering citizenship for astronomical prices. Cut to more random images as we meet this Sugar Ray looking fella Max as he points a gun at Stein. Cut to another headline about zombie slayer films making money and pseudo-infected, people who I guess pretend to be zombies, and of course zombie. And finally, we meet Johnny Sunshine, professional slayer and snuff film superstar. Cut to the title card and then to Max's video application for citizenship.
Now I know that many of you are familiar with the types of film that I produce, or you may have heard, he just peddles in smut. etc., etc.
Ooh, what a sexy little jump scare. Cut to this street, one of Max's cameras, and then to this fella running for his life. In voiceover, we hear Johnny speak for the first time as we find out the man owes Max, and for that, he's got to die on film.
It's entertainment. I'm Johnny Sunshine.
Okay, something's happening. Yeah, I did a so early on too. Johnny then drops the guy and leaves as we cut to her arriving at her apartment to find a present. She lights some candles and then unwraps the gift.
This is what really sells. The kill.
The kill you say? Okay, just give me like 20 to 30 minutes and I'll be down.
So long as the money comes, he goes.
This movie's clever. Johnny then starts up some music and turns on the camera as she talks about the cocktail of drugs she leaves under the armrest of the man's chair. It's just a whole bunch of stuff to keep you happy while she takes you apart. I'm liking the sound of this more and more. She slaps the man awake, then goes to pick from her table of weapons, each more flesh-rippy than the last.
Zap to the clit. Every girl should try this one.
Cassidy?
Looks like fun to me.
Oh. You're... okay. I guess charge the taser for when I'm back? She eventually decides on this bad boy and takes off her underwear before telling the man she's gonna make him a star. She then pulls his out and jumps on for a ride.
This is what sells. This is what sells.
All things considered, this guy isn't having such a bad day. Oh no, I take it back. It's not worth it. Well, no. It's not worth it. Well... After getting her fill, Johnny grabs herself a noose and strangles the man to death. Cut to Johnny in the shower and then to her jumping into bed. She then takes a drug, I think, and starts the bed for a bit, which is lovely. In voiceover, she explains the killing started when she was a little girl and the zombies rose. We then hear her dad getting eaten, I think, and cut to a dressing up montage. Already, she buggers off and we cut to Max as he answers the question, why snuff? Which is unsurprisingly because it makes him rich. He waxes poetic about how this isn't a fairy tale and he's not the bad guy, he just does what he needs to survive. Cut to another one of his security cameras and then to this zombie chowing down on a lady's neck. That's when Johnny steps to him as they have a little fight and we get more pretentious sounding voiceover from our hero. Then she puts down the ghoul for good!
And the inevitable end. The world gets a little smaller.
Oh, you didn't need to go for the brain. Okay. I guess in this completely original universe, the zombies just die if you stab them. Cool. Cut to this building as inside Max prepares a male actor for a shoot. It seems he's there to f*** a zombie lady and Max stresses he wants it aggressive and bloody, ending with a bashed in skull which the actor delivers. We then see Johnny entering with a brand new zombie lady who she hands over. In the other room, Max is editing when he inspects the new hire and greets Johnny. They mention someone's been taking pictures of Johnny without paying her and she says she'll handle it. She then gives Max the tape of the guy she just killed. Something here really annoyed me. If you look at the playback, you can see this is just the movie footage filmed from a different angle. She set the camera up behind them. I hate it when movies do that. How much more time would one extra setup have taken? I also hate it in films when they use an actor's headshot and try to pretend it's a family photo. Anyway, Max pays Johnny and confirms she'll be at the show tomorrow when we cut to the club and see this lady having a dance. We then cut inside this bright room with some fairy lights on the wall, which was not what I was expecting. Anyway, Max leaves and Johnny enters, gives her weapon to this woman, Des, and takes a seat. Also, the bartender is Johnny's boyfriend, Raid, and writer of the film, and Des is his sister, although we never see them interact. Raid is also one of those pseudo-infected that are only attracted to the dead, but him and Johnny smash fannies anyway. The world then speeds up as we cut to later as Des joins Johnny. They chat about how Johnny hasn't killed anyone in here in a while as they both share meaningful and over-serious looks at each other that really made me laugh. They then toast and we cut to this apartment where Max is striking up a deal with Officer Stein. Stein. Apparently this is the guy that's obsessed with Johnny, so Max is going to deliver her to him and pay him off so he can continue being a goofball around town. The men have a quick standoff when Max tells Stein he needs Raid and Des taken care of too, then the cop can have Sunshine all to himself. Stein then goes to leave when Max adds one more thing.
Don't do her until the camera's rolling. Everything hinges on that footage. You can leave your bloody past in the sprawl.
I'm sure this is going to end well for everyone involved. Cut to Johnny going for a walk when she easily takes down these two zombies. She then stumbles on another one having a munch but stabs it up the arse and apparently that kills it. Oh, wait, what was that? Is the zombie not actually dead? Or did the director just yell cut and the actor got up but the editor didn't trim that bit off? They look directly at the camera! Cut to this club as we see Raid stare down another zombie who just leaves him alone, and then to Max with another video diary entry. He talks about zombies and how they're just meat, not even human anymore, before cutting back to Johnny's apartment where she's about to make a new video with this woman. She gives her a little lap dance as we get more voiceover about how she hates her victims and other such bollocks.
I want to use them up and throw them away. I live for it.
Yeah, Johnny, whatever. Just rip her tits off and let's get to the next scene. Instead, Johnny whaps the woman's boobs out and we see flashbacks to the kills we've already seen over and over again. The zombie kill happened 2 minutes ago. Finally, Johnny goes to her weapons desk and decides on a staple gun. I'm gonna be honest, Johnny, I'm not very impressed. That's some Steve-O level bullshit. Johnny then dishes out a couple of slaps before drawing for a crowbar and f***ing her with it. Oh, okay, go back to the staple gun! Cut to Johnny in the shower and then to Raid joining her in the bedroom. He shoots her up as well as himself and the pair get high as f***. Cut to Johnny waking up sometime later.
Maybe it really is the end of the world.
Stop being so serious, movie! Cut to this club or battle arena where it seems Johnny has just got done killing a guy with a chainsaw. Would have been nice to see it. She then poses for a couple of zombies and gets in close while awful music plays. This goes on for way too long until she's eventually handed this lovely bit of machinery and sticks it in the lady zombie's hoo-ha. She then picks up a new weapon for Blondie, this giant drill. Johnny again poses up a storm before shoving it in the zombie's leg. Finally, she takes her top off and grabs some knuckle dusters as the zombies are set free. So she can beat the ever-loving out of them. Once again, I unfortunately find myself aroused.
I am a Titan.
I can't wait till I can afford therapy. Patreon.com/Jonjo Lyons. Cut to yet another video from Max, which ends with a joke that we're just gonna skip. We then return to the Fairy Lights bar as Des kicks out a drunk guy as they're closing. And here we get another example of the dialogue in this movie I'm really starting to loathe.
Got started a little early.
Didn't have a choice. The dead don't punch a time card.
I guess they don't.
I know I just clowned on the movie for trying to be funny, but honestly, this super serious is really starting to grind me down. Raid then tells Johnny how beautiful she'd look dead, which is a compliment, by the way. And she says this.
If it wasn't for the thought of you savagely penetrating my rotting corpse, I don't think I could ever die.
Do you see what I mean? Anyway, that scene ends and we cut to later as Max has a seat and Des takes off. They talk business as Max owns the place and he tells Raid about the deal with Stein, which as we know isn't going to go well. We then cut to Des outside as she's clonked on the head by Stein. Cut to the cop arriving back at his place and drinking whiskey from the bottle like a man. He then takes a call from Max, I think, sparks up a cigarette and takes out a tape recorder to talk about a call he had last night. He then mentions Johnny.
There's a fine line between discipline and obsession. chosen to cross it.
Okay, now we're done with the random film noir section. Can you answer me a question? What are you trying to be, movie? Cut to Johnny entering this place and f***ing up a whole bunch of zombies. Finally, destroyed the brain. Anyway, then that scene just ends and we cut to Raid meeting up with Stein. He enters the apartment and tries out the product before racking up an old-fashioned line for fun. Oh, Jesus! Then Stein beats Raid to death, which is sad because I was weirdly starting to like him. Cut to Johnny once again as she's looking through pictures in moody lighting. We find out these pictures are of Raid's dead body as a message from Stein telling her to meet up is read aloud.
Hey there, sweetie pie. This used to be your pre-vert boyfriend. Observe the lack of face.
She then f***s off and we see the pictures also included many images of Johnny herself. Back to Max as he explains his plan. Apparently Stein wants out of the police and in Johnny, so seeing as Johnny's sales have started to decline, he's feeding her to him to make the most profitable snuff video he can. What a Cut to Johnny meeting up with Stein where they have an epic fight which hilariously starts with Stein slapping her with a fly swatter. Anyway, they brawl with Stein coming out on top and we once again cut back to Max's application video. Basically, he just explains his business model and how much money he's going to make for the city. Cut back to Johnny's place where...
You like it in the butt.
Oh my god, how about a warning before the surprise scene? After that unpleasantness, we cut to Johnny waking up tied to the chair she kills her victims in. Stein taunts and slaps Johnny around when we see the drug needle tied to the armchair as always. She manages to get it in her hand and spits blood in Stein's face as he continues to monologue. We see her using the needle to cut the tape when Stein jumps on her again and this happens. Yes, Johnny! F*** him up!
Open your eyes. This is the apocalypse culture.
Cut to Johnny arriving at Max's place and handing over the tape of Stein's death. The woman says Max isn't there and pays for the tape while receiving a camera that Johnny says is for free. She then does another speech about being a star maker as the woman puts in the tape and we see it's the black and white footage of Max that's been playing the entire movie. It seems Johnny has been the one behind the camera the entire time and Max decides to skip the torture and go out his own way, calling himself a king as he dies. The end! Well, Finn? Really? I just don't know how to feel about this movie. Johnny Sunshine is a valiant attempt at creating a world rich with lore and far beyond the means of the filmmakers. I could definitely see this world in a comic or book series that expanded the universe and our character Johnny, but for now what we get is an extremely low budget sleaze fest that mostly takes itself way too seriously. The story is simple enough as in a post-zombie outbreak world we follow Johnny Sunshine, a snuff actress slash assassin slash zombie hunter as she goes about her life. Then on top we have Max's business and all the other bits of lore. Most interestingly, the pseudo-infected. There are a lot of story elements in this I would love to see expanded upon. We do get a little bit of backstory on Johnny having to see her dad get munched on when she was a kid, but that's about it. While watching, I thought I was going to end up giving this film a mostly negative review, but now, literally as I'm writing this, I'm realizing I want more from this universe. Onto the characters, and I would say the most entertaining for me was Max. He seems like the only one who recognized how silly this world was. Everyone else was so overly serious in their performance, with Johnny only cracking a smile like once. Not that I needed everyone to be jokey, but delivering that dialogue so seriously was cracking me up. That being said, of course I like Johnny as a character, being this Blade, Trinity, Celine mix-up, and with some better fight scenes could have been something special. Oh, and Officer Stein, eh? What a knucklehead. Next is the gore, and this is one I'm on the fence about. There was definitely more blood than I was expecting, but no real gore effects, just splash blood. This definitely was a budget thing because it's not like they were afraid of showing nudity. We do get a needle in the ear and a couple of knife stabs, but it was all pretty basic stuff, unfortunately. On to production, and this film does best with what it has. The club set did make me laugh quite a bit, but the zombie warehouse scene and the streets look good enough. Also, Johnny's apartment looked fine. The editing was interesting, with each establishing shot starting off with with the weird comic book filter before transitioning to a still image. And also, not trimming the end of that scene where the actor gets up was unforgivable. Also, the music, while not to my taste, was fine. I wasn't a fan of the many instances of reused footage though. I don't think it was quite enough for them to use it as a way to push them into feature length, but then that means it was a purposeful choice, and I hate that. At one point, there's a flashback to a zombie death that happened literally 2 scenes ago, and especially showing the rest of the film in the opening credits. Spoilers, man! In the end, Johnny Sunshine is a flawed film that I like more the more I think about it. It was definitely a big swing from the filmmakers, and you've always got to respect that. I just want more of the world. Where is Johnny now? Did she take over Max's business? Is she a renegade out for herself? We may never know. For now, I recommend you take a look at this one with Grandma, then get her to cosplay as Johnny. That'd be nice. So that was my review for Johnny Sunshine Maximum Violence. What do you lot think? While I'm still torn with this one, I can't deny I had a good time. As I said, I thought the world building was especially strong, and I'd love to see more from Johnny Sunshine as a character. Next time though, can I get some actual guts? Not guts like bravery, like inside guts. That being said, the crowbar was pretty brutal. Speaking of which, if you want to see Johnny rip that poor fella's tongue out completely uncut and early, head over to patreon.com/Jonjo Lyons. There you can find the uncut version of this review, plus others with more stuff being added every single week. We got the uncut reviews, Patreon exclusive reviews, / comic breakdowns, and the Discord. And all that can be yours for as little as $3 a month. You can pledge more, I really appreciate it, as I need to send my short film Better Anything to film festivals all over the world. So that's it for another week. Like the video, leave a comment, and click subscribe if you haven't already. My name's Jonjo Lyons, and maybe Johnny and Cassidy could strap me to that chair and shoot me up and then kiss and do all the stuff, and just as I'm about to bust, they slit my throat. What do you think of that? As a birthday gift? Just this once?